Hey guys, so what I'm going to do starting this week, hopefully we'll be back to hybrid, and maybe even later on as well. I'm going to make just a short video for each lesson instead of just, and I have been doing that some, but I was also making one big lesson for the whole week. But what I'm going to do instead is make a short video for each of the lessons. So this video will cover just what we'll be doing Monday and Tuesday. Then I'll make a short video to go over what I want you to do Wednesday, and then a very short video for what I want you to do on Thursday. And I'll put those underneath each day, and that will be the first thing that you'll do. You'll have to watch that video, and then hopefully that will help you out. Okay, so this week we want to start off by continuing a little bit with reviewing how to set up a controlled experiment. So that idea that you can only have one independent variable, which is the variable that you make different at the beginning of the experiment, only one. All the other variables need to be, we call them constants. You want to hold them the same. And then what I tell kids is at the end of the experiment or the end of each trial, whatever you measure or observe is usually your dependent variable. So independent variable, what you make different at the beginning, dependent variable, what you measure or observe at the end. Most experiments also need something called a control. A control is used for comparison. It's usually something that doesn't receive any experimental treatment. So for example, if I want to see how different amounts of fertilizer affect how tall a tomato plant grows, my control would be to set up a tomato plant that has no fertilizer, because for all I know, the fertilizer might be killing the poor tomato plant. I don't know. So a control is typically something that we use for comparison. And if we can do it, we can't always, but if we can do it, it's something that doesn't receive any of the experimental treatment. So because we're going to do that, we want to use one of our gizmos, is what they're called, in Explore Learning. Guys, we are so excited. This is a very expensive program, and we had it for a couple of years, and then there were some glitches, and we got it back this year, so we are super excited. We really love it for you. So the first thing you'll need to do is sign up. So you'll click right here, and it will take you to these steps. Now, guys, I've walked you step by step through this to show you how to sign up. You have to know your class period. So second period, this is your class code that you'll use to sign up. Fifth period, this is your class code, and those are cues. And then seventh period, this is your class code. So you've got to make sure that you use the right class code. So when you first get there, it will look like this. Well, you won't have anything in there. Get this. All right, so this should be blank. And what we want everyone to do just at first, guys, don't try to put a username and password in right off the bat. What you'll want to do is put your right class code in and then click right here, Enroll in Class. The next thing that will happen is it's going to pop up right here. I don't know if it will let me. Let's see if I can pretend I'm a kid. I don't know if I can do this or not. We'll find out together. Okay. It did. So the next thing that's happening is this will pop up, and it will ask, do you already have an account or do you need to create one? We don't know what happened, because again, we had a subscription to this and then we kind of lost it and then we got it back. So we're going to ask everybody to go ahead and click on the green right here. Click on the green, and then this will pop up. Put your first name and your last name in. You don't need to worry about an email, so don't worry about that at all, okay? And then, this is important, I want your username and password to be the same username and password that you use when you log into your computer. I want your username to be the first 4 letters of your first name, followed by your middle initial and your whole last name, and that's it, okay? I want your password to be the first 3 letters of your last name, followed by your 5-digit number. Don't make up your own username and password. Do not do that. I want it to be the same username and password that you always use. You'll repeat the password. They're just making sure that they've got it correct, and you'll click submit. Now, here's the only thing. So this walks you through that. If when you click submit, you get a message that says this account already exists, then it does mean that in some teacher's class at Robinson or Sevier, if you've transferred over, that at some point you have signed up using your correct username and password, and that they've still got it in the system. Some of you will find that happens and some of you won't. So if that message pops up, that's great. That means now you can go back to this first page and put that username and password in, and then you'll still use your class code. But we want you to go through it because that way, let the system tell you whether or not you still are in there or not, okay? Once you get all logged in, all right, once you get all logged into your Explore Learning, you will find that on your class period, in your class period, we already have, again, we call these gizmos. We already have a gizmo for you, and this one is on growing plants, okay? You click on Launch the Gizmo, and here's our cute little simulation, all right? And this one's neat. We've got a sheet that will walk you through it, but basically you can grow some different types of plants here. You know, I can get a bean plant, grow it. There's my cute little bean plant. I won't show you the whole thing. I can change the amount of light. I can add some compost in there if I want. I can add some fertilizer. I can change the amount of water. I don't know, let's give it a whole bunch of water for fun. And then I can start it growing. Is it gonna grow? Oh, there it is, it's coming. There it is. There it is. Usually, I think it goes to 50 days, I think. We'll find out together. There it is, all right. So the only thing, and you'll have 3 that you can do at one time. And the only thing I wanna point out to you, a couple of things. One, here's your height, and here's the mass, okay? How heavy, that G stands for grams. The other thing I want to point out to you is you have 2 tabs up here. This is the experiment, but if you click right there, you have a data tab, and it gives you a data table. So this is what my plant, remember, I only had something in the middle plant. So it's showing what happened. Looks like it's every 5 days. Here's how I set it up. And then over here, it will make a bar graph. And if you click show numbers, it will put the numbers in. And you can switch it to a line graph, but I think a bar graph will show you, again, if we are looking at comparing, we're comparing what happens when different conditions, I think we'll want to use a bar graph. So that's how the experiment works, okay? So what you'll find in Canvas then is we will have you log in to Explore Learning, all right? You'll log in, and you're going to complete this Google Doc as you go through the gizmo. Here's the Google Doc. Remember, don't forget, click on the blue words, click on the blue words, click on the blue words. And this is, you fill it in, you go through, it tells you exactly what to do, and you will fill that in. Then I'm all done, I'm a kid, I'm all done working on it. I go back to this page that looks like this, and right up here you will have a green submit button. And so you guys will click the green submit button, and then that will submit that assignment. And so this is what we're going to ask you to work on for Monday and Tuesday. And I'll be back with another video to show you what to do on Wednesday.